Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you. This is resonating with the full moon in Sagittarius, the blue moon, which occurred a couple of days ago by the time you're receiving this reading. However, this influence of a blue moon, once in a blue moon, is highly charged and is really resonating with us for a while. There was almost a 2 to 3 week buildup to this energy. So you are likely under the same powerful resonance that is occurring in the sky. There are other planetary energies relevant to you, Gemini, with the sun in Gemini. That's what defines a full moon in Sagittarius, being in the opposite sign of the sun. But also Uranus is in Gemini. It is retrograde at this moment, but it is in the early degrees. And these Sagittarius energy is quickly exiting. So this feels like a kind of cuspal moment. We call this kind of conjunction widely separating. That means they're going in different directions. So it weakens the impact, but the internal or retrograde motion of Uranus in Gemini is about its impact on the world and the way in which we're trying to make sense and understand the level of advanced communication, technology, access that we now are appreciating, particularly something like AI, its dramatic impact that it has already had upon social structures, institution, our lives, our daily lives, our availability or capacity to work and be productive. So that is to say that the powerful movements in the world are very much a part of our individual consciousness at this time. And many of you may be feeling a sense of some kind of holding pattern where you get to establish, settle in before a larger social storm erupts. And that's saying a lot since our social environment is largely chaotic at this time. So your present energy is the Three of Pentacles, and this is where you are collaborating with others. You've learned something about yourself. You're making a choice, and this is not an unfamiliar choice to Geminis. Geminis are often the lubrication between a group of collaborators, the organizing energy that sparks conversation, the bouncing off of ideas, the kind of brainstorming energy that occurs when collaborators, experts in their own right, come together to create something significant, something practical, something that will be available to all people. So whatever kind of work you do, whatever community or family system, social system you operate within, this is about practical resources generating something that will in and of itself generate more ideas, more access, more solutions. In the past, the Seven of Pentacles is your own personal evaluation around the impact of the work that you have done so far. As an example, if you have a small business, you can be looking at the investment you've made in that business and the rewards that you are receiving or returning to you. You are taking a critical eye towards that effort. For some of you, this is a sort of holding the line. Things are at a static or settled place, but I don't think that's the case for you, Gemini. I think you're seeing that this can be more efficient by the initiation of a more collaborative process where you are not personally holding all the tools and all the resources and evaluating, leveraging them on your own. This is where you are opening up what you have, what you know, to others who have and know a separate but aligned area of expertise in order to create something highly productive, highly successful, as opposed to what feels like more of a slog for, say, a solopreneur. In the future, the Hermit card is describing a place where you are coming to some kind of inward uh, opportunity to look at what is actually best for you, where you can leverage this collaboration, this business impulse, this entrepreneurship um, into a place that will be of greater service to more people. That doesn't necessarily mean this is a charitable institution, by no means. It can mean that you are looking at ways to make your goods, services, products more available to more people, make them more useful to more people, give them more value to others, perhaps train others in how these products or services are developed. But there is a teaching role here that is based on how you have come to gain this authoritative body of knowledge, this skill at producing something serviceable. This is something you feel that it is incumbent upon you to share. This is not information to hold on to. And for the Oracle card, I pulled Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Now, this is very clear. This feels very focused towards an altruistic, high-minded, inspired plan of action that you are engaging with, and that you are clear. Perhaps you have engaged in the past and it hasn't gone as well when you were trying to do this on your own. And that can be one experience for some of you, that you came to understand that in order to fulfill the purpose of your business, your plan, you needed others with whom you could share expertise and manufacture or produce something that was more available, that was more useful. If this reading is resonating with you so far, Gemini, please like this video, share this with others if you're inclined to do so, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I so appreciate the energy that you are bringing with you that helps me to do what I do. Thank you in advance. So the Seven of Pentacles in the past is going to be clarified by the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. Indeed, we're looking at a past experience, an independent experience, maybe a solo experience. You're not necessarily an entrepreneur. You can be a solitary worker in a business in which there is no strong collective identity or effort that's made that you can identify with. That can be the result of disappointments, failures, trying to do things and not finding reward or recognition for what you want to do, the efforts you're making, having others take your ideas and not credit you. There's also a sense that you have ideas that you're pitching all the time to the powers that be that are not being appreciated, and so they feel wasted. Your energy feels lost. And at some point, you turn towards creating a better relationship with your own desire to be independent, recognizing that you alone had a vision and an idea that was more worthy of finding connection to with others similarly aligned. So there's a lot of disappointment in the past with can be a professional experience, can be a family relationship, or relationships in general, in which you've come to understand your responsibility in these failures or disappointments, and you are releasing the sense of sadness, regret, or suffering, pain that you've experienced by not being included in something that you believe could have worked. In the present, Three of Pentacles is clarified here. The Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Interesting. So yeah, I see you have a lot of experience in two very different aspects of this collaborative effort, this joining with others. One is you know how to do your part. You know how to fulfill your obligations in a very clean, committed way to the group. You want to invest your energies into a group that you believe can and will be successful, and you are doing your part to make sure of that. In many ways, you have made a similar effort in the past. You have given your all to the success of something. And in that way, because of failures, because of disappointments, you are a bit guarded. You are a little suspicious, but you are putting that aside, knowing that this time it's going to be different. You're not going to be stopped by the past. And you're determined to do whatever you can within your power. And it's interesting, it is in response to the sense of realizing that there were things you did in the past that made the lack or failure of something assured. And here you're taking the opposite approach. You're doing your part, you're being recognized, you're lifting up the collaboration, the effort of the group. You are roundly appreciated by those you work with. These are your co-creators, and you are really touched by their great regard for you. And in many ways, this can be part of the impulse that gets you to a place of taking greater responsibility for the development of a plan or an operations manual, for lack of a better word. This is a place where it is documented the procedures, the processes, the responsibilities and roles of individuals involved. And there is a way that you are taking responsibility to mentor others or teach them about the principles that you hold central to your efforts. And this is important because you are establishing and sharing the idea that each individual is responsible for their own decisions and effort. Combining that in a conscious way is what leads to a sense of success that incorporates the individual strengths and authority of individual members, but commits it all as a whole to the success of the team. It's a very principled way in which others see your contribution and want you to grow that, want you to develop it. It's almost like you're being nominated to a place of leadership. So let me clarify the Hermit. I'm going to take the top Tower and the Knight of Cups. How interesting. I am taking the High Priestess just because I think this bears. I think throughout this unusual, surprising turn in your willingness and commitment to work as part of a group, a collective, this nomination to some kind of leadership or management of the team is unexpected, was not planned for. You were really looking to ideally move into a place of a collective, co-creative success, parsing that out, allowing every member to take credit for the success that is had, and for you to be a unit and move forward in that way. And that is not disrupted. What is surprising is this place where others see you as having the leadership to, it's almost like document the process. Write the operations manual, not as a finite, but as a draft, as a way, a beginning way of codifying the experience, not only of what you are developing, but the way you're developing it. And you know, what's interesting, because you are being nominated to this position, is that you are reclaiming some old ancestral wisdom or knowledge. And this has come up for you in the past. There's something about experiences you formerly maybe discounted or did not connect yourself personally with, where you gain your footage, your entrance into a field or a profession through the mentorship of ancestors. This can be older relatives, literally. It can be a social or communal elder who helped you. It can be those who wished you well and supported your development in a particular field. And you are internalizing that energy in the most beautiful way, as a way of giving back. You understand that others seeing this power in you is actually validating the guidance, the love, the support, the mentorship that you received from others who loved you, who were successful, who showed you how, even if they weren't always successful. No one is always successful, but that process is something you're now realizing you were chosen. And what love that gives you, particularly in the absence of some of these who helped you, is really important to you. It really helps you to reconnect with a sense of devotion, loyalty, care that you may have felt was absent from your life. So I'm going to pull a card for the outcome, and I'm using the Egyptian deck, one of the many Egyptian decks, and I pulled the Knight of Wands. So this is really describing the kind of energy that you are moving forward with. This is enthusiasm, that you have been chosen, that you're being nominated, that you're being put forward in this role, really inspires you, really sparks you, really boosts your enthusiasm, your dedication, and kind of an unleashing of this heartfelt desire and energy for success, but the success in serving others effectively and profitably. This is about a monetary structure that you are developing in a very holistic way. And this can be something that you are building. You're building upon what was shown to you. I doubt that this is the process that some of you learned. Some of you did learn that you can work with others as equals and take equal responsibility for something. Many of you did not. You came up in a different time when the order was more hierarchical. There was a pecking order to the way power and contribution flowed. But you're excited about this. You really realize that you have something to offer others who are coming into the field or who are participating in this specific project. And I'm going to pull 3 cards to clarify: the Knight of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and one more. Whoops, the 2 of Wands and the 4 of the 9 of Pentacles. I'm taking the 9 of Pentacles because I think that's relevant. Oh, I still have the 9 of Cups. Beautiful. So, yeah, I'll just keep them. The 4 of Swords is really about, not what it means, is really about you understanding that in order to step into this role, this, for you, a very playful, expansive opportunity to inspire others, is this continued willingness and ability to heal those past experiences where you felt challenged, disappointed, let down, betrayed, and to recognize that those were the very experiences that got you where you are now. And that realization really helps you to go back to whatever opportunity you have exercised in the past to take responsibility for why things didn't work, to review that, to understand how you were blocking yourself, how you were internalizing a process that actually meant to stop you and help you to learn a particular alternative to the way that you were moving forward. And so this really is about giving some gratitude to the way that you were initiated into a practice or into a field, a professional field. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups together couldn't be more beautiful. Your independence is your happiness. Independence doesn't mean you're alone, but this is your happiness. You understand that you are more than capable. You've got plenty of ideas. You know how to move your money around. You know how to take care of yourself. Thank you very much. And it makes you happy to be in that place. And so it's really increasing the sense of accomplishment and working in a way that really begins to recognize the contribution of others, that invites the contribution of others. So you're finding real happiness in this opportunity. And ultimately, this is including you in a bigger world of your loved ones, of your significant others. This can be small, this can be large. It's however you count it. But these are the people that you really care for and that you know care for you. And being in this position helps you appreciate the support that they have always offered and continue to offer you, and your greater sense of clarity about why this is a shared experience, why you bring what you have created together in order to amplify those resources for one another, for safety, for enjoyment, for pleasure. Really a beautiful reading, Gemini. I'm going to finish this. Two. The stock kind of showed up, and the key word is, wow, slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. I find it kind of comical that this rhymes so succinctly, but I think you get the point. Gemini, you're not known as a wallflower, so undoubtedly you are burning perhaps to both ends of the candle. Whatever it is, you are ensuring your maximum success. But I do say, slowing down is helping to re-navigate you, redirect you away from frantic motion and more clearly in a specific way that helps you to accomplish for others what you have been accomplishing with others in the present moment. Thank you so much, Gemini, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.